Good morning. Welcome to Tea Time Therapy. My name's Nadia Ohariber, and I have some quotes I write that I like to share with you. And I have this one that I want to share today. And it says, when truth is covered, it's still there. It's important you become aware. It can be hidden by stories and fear. Sooner or later, the truth will appear. All right, and that's kind of comforting sometimes, because when you feel like you might be surrounded by things that are not truthful or lies and things like that, it's important you remember that truth always comes to the surface. So you're never stuck in a lie. It's just that if you become aware of your surroundings, or you become aware of what's true for you, you'll be able to see, whether it's fact or fiction, because you might be able to even research a topic or research something that might look real but might not be real. It all depends, let's see if that makes sense. Until you recognize the truth, you will be living in bondage and chains. This is why the search for truth is in demand, because your spirit cannot be fooled. So any made-up story will eventually fade, leaving only the truth to help you grow. The truth will set you free, and that's the truth, okay? Yeah, because now we live in a world where we have so much information. One person says one thing on a subject, another person says another thing on a subject, and it doesn't match. Some things don't match, so I can understand where sometimes there's confusion, or there's resistance, or there might be a lot of resistance, really, and it's hard to deal with things that don't match, or it's easier to talk with people who are on the same page as you. That's helpful too. But we have to be careful of the divide. There's no divide in truth. The division comes when we start labeling this as this and label this as that. And it's really the labels that really hurt us. I mean, and I don't get into politics, but Democrat, Republicans, those are labels, and those labels do they do separate you. And I think if we discussed issues, as they come up, we'd be able to see through all the, everything else that gets in the way, Let's see. The dog's gonna be finding his squeaky toy, of course. Anyway, let's see what would be helpful today with so much going on. You don't want to be caught up in, you don't want to get caught in drama. You don't want to get caught in conflict. You didn't create it. You didn't make it. And you don't want to take it on as yours. All that stuff on the outside is outside issues taking place. And if you didn't create it, you can't fix it. What you can do is focus on the truth. The truth will set you free. If some things you can't change on the outside per se, and I think it's really important that you tune into your own life, how you can make your life better, how you can, without outside distractions, because there's a lot of them out there. And now I think it's time to focus on, how can I make my life better? How can I make things safe for me? How can I really get away from the fear, the drama, the things going on that keep me in chains, you know? And you can't get anywhere divided. You really, if you're going to join in with people, you don't want it to be against something. You want it to be for something. So if you're for something, you can move ahead. If you're against something, what happens is you go nowhere. You can't go anywhere. You're stuck. So just really, you can observe something without getting caught up in it, because again, you didn't create it, and the things you don't create, you really can't fix. So you have to do your part in any situation, and that's by standing in truth. It's also getting away from the fight and the anger, because that's how wars are created. You know, we don't like war, and sometimes we find ourselves in little wars, and those little wars are no different than the big wars. They're just the size is a little smaller. So I really want to encourage you to move towards love, to not get caught up in things going on that seem really big around you, and step around it. You don't want to be in the middle of it. All right? And look at it as, you prepare for a storm, but you prepare for it. You don't wait till the storm is here. You don't step out in the middle of a storm and say, oh, I'm gonna, make it okay. So you stay in the eye of this, storm. So what you see, you're in charge of. And okay, I hope that makes somewhat of a sense today. Of course, with everything going on too. And I just want to send warm thoughts out there to everyone. I want to send some love out into the universe, and maybe one card for divine guidance that we might be able to use today. All right, we just would love to hear something, a divine intention, guidance, something that would benefit us today in these times. All right. Okay. Well, I've got two of them. One is new beginnings. New beginnings. Because we do have to do things differently, and we have to do things new to have change in our life. So we really do have to have new beginnings, and that means we have to change something that we're doing, okay? And with that change, this is what we're looking for, serenity, okay? We're looking for the serenity that comes with change. If there's turmoil now, we need to change something within ourselves so we can get to the place of serenity, because it's there for us and it comes from us. All right? So yeah, new beginnings, we need those. All right, so I thank the divine for divine guidance and sending love to you all. All right, thank you for listening.